don't have too many heroes these days anymore, but Dr. Wilkins is certainly one of them. He took a chance when he saw some deplorable conditions for people that we serve, and he wasn't listened to, and he just kept raising his voice and raising his voice. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. He had a lot to lose in exposing some of the atrocities that were happening, but he didn't think about how it would affect him personally. He was driven by creating a better environment for those people that were held hostage at Willowbrook.
If you're going to talk about human rights, you need to talk about defending the rights of those that are least able to defend their own rights. I got fired and I ended up calling Geraldo. It occurred to me that would be an important thing to do. He toured Willowbrook with us, and he had never seen anything like this. This guy had said, you treat your retarded people worse than we treat our animals, our farm animals. So I'm walking by Building 6, and some of what we used to call working boys, they were really mildly intellectually challenged. They yelled out the window, "Dr. Wilkins, when are you going to get me out of here?"
A culture of gentleness, that's an opportunity every year for me to just relax and remind myself that it's not about fixing people. It's about knowing their journeys, being a good listener, being brave enough to put myself in their shoes, and understanding their experience so I can better help them.
Culture of gentleness, I feel like that has helped our organization overall in the ways of impacting everyone, knowing how to communicate with our caregivers and supporting them with everything, and going in and working with them hands-on and just showing them how to give love.
Our central purpose in the culture of gentleness is to nurture, teach, and sustain the experience of connectedness, companionship, and community. And not ask the question, why did you do this, but what happened to you? What happened today? Because most of the time, this is their information. Can we create opportunities to put that phone down and create relationships with kids?
What I'd like people to know about a culture of gentleness is it doesn't just affect the people that you're supporting. It affects you. It makes you a better person. It makes you a better companion to your partner in life. It makes you a better parent.
I know in a workplace environment, what a culture of gentleness does is tends to remove those competitive barriers.
This is a good culture. There are things that aren't perfect about it, but vulnerabilities are starting places for more gifts. They might not be in the greatest space right now. There might be things happening for them. Their truth is just really a terrible place, and that's why they aren't available maybe to say the hi.
A question that we often ask, historically have asked, is, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with this person? And the question we need to ask is, what happened to you? So that we begin to see that history and understand that they're bringing that story with them in all their interactions.
When something happens in our environment that stimulates an emotional response, we have this thing called an accountable conversation. So if we could think that way about someone who doesn't respond to us favorably, rather than, oh, what a jerk, our culture is going to look a lot different. So care about your cultures and step out of your boxes and get uncomfortable, because that's where the magic happens.
I think the culture of gentleness, in my experience, has changed the lives of my children, the way we deal with staff, the ability for our son to live in his own home and be guided by kind, gentle people, to teach them how to value him as a person, and also taught us how to value staff who value him as a person.
What I'd like to tell other people is to make sure you listen to the person and make them feel wanted or welcomed. And just try to be open-minded.
I want to thank you for being here this afternoon, for opening up your brain, for sharing with others, and for taking the time to make a personal commitment to the key that you hold and what you're going to do with it, not just while we're here, but more importantly, when we leave this gathering as well.